Hey everyone, surrealcanine here. Welcome back for more Disgaea 3, Absence of Detention. In the last episode, are we running into audio desync? Dang it. Anyway, in the last episode, I showed off how to defeat the 10 Gentlemen Pirates and the Ball Pirates. And in this episode, I am going to go through a demo of each of the main characters and character classes in Disgaea 3, and we are going to show off their abilities and their unique skills. Okay? Now, it should be noted that this is the PS Vita version of the game, as I have mentioned many times before in this LP. The main difference between this and the PS3 version is that the characters may end up learning different sets of skills. For unique characters, in Disgaea 3, they are going to be learning 6 of every skill they have a forte in. This is not the case in the PS3 version, and I will go over the specifics as I cover each character. You can see that here I have 8 characters lined up, the 7 main characters of the game, plus superhero Aurum, who we got for clearing, I believe, episode 3 of the Raspberyl story. This is what we are going to be doing. That being said, let's head into the practice map to start the demos. Starting off, we have Mao, the main character of the game. Not much to say here. His fortes are in the sword, spear, and axe categories. You can see his, oh yeah, he also has staff. He learns magic up to the Terra level in Disgaea 3 Absence of Detention, and up to the Giga level in Absence of Justice. As for his aptitudes, you can see them right there. Very offensive around the board. Pretty balanced so far. He's got decent enough move. He's pretty much a main character. His unique ability is Violent Courage, which boosts his stats when there are a lot of enemies on the field, 3% per enemy. His other 2 abilities, both learnable at level 30, as far as I'm aware, this is the case for a lot of unique characters, are Physical Boost and Magical Boost. Physical Boost raises the attack power of physical skills by 15%, and Magic Boost raises the power of magic skills by 15%. Both pretty handy things. Unfortunately, you can only have one or the other, and there are much better abilities you could pass on to your characters. That being said, let's wait for past me to catch up in the video here. And then we will be ready to show off his unique skills. First up, we have Blast Finger. Very explosive. Its Star Elemental hits a single target up to 3 tiles away in a straight line. Pretty good, all things considered. Next up, we have Shine Beam, which is kind of like Blast Finger, except it hits 3 tiles ahead of you, as in all 3 tiles. It's also a little bit more powerful than Blast Finger. And for those of you wanting to learn about all the different characters and their stats and stuff, I recommend the character guide by Uiru on GameFAQs. This is where I'm getting a lot of my information about the Absence of Detention stats. Finally, for Mao, we have Vasa Airgun, which he learns automatically at the end of 6-2. Past me, you can go ahead and put the name of that up there, because... Actually, no, it's Evil Mind Vortex. That's what it is, I think. No, it's Howl of Agony. Anyway, Vasa Airgun. As you can see, it's a very long-range attack that hits in an X pattern, and what's great about Vasa Airgun is that it's, like most unique skills, it sets off the properties of whatever weapon you're using. So Vasa Airgun, Puppy Paw Stick, a very good combination if you're trying to duplicate items. And here I forgot to I forgot to unskip the animation, so we are going to have to do this again. Lol. Past me is such a derp. I know. It's true.
Here I go.
Alright, once more with feeling.
This'll finish it.
Frickin' dialogue keeps getting in the way. Yeah, pretty great.
Wonderful.
Alright, let's just finish these guys off and carry onward. And you'd be surprised how thirsty you can get just doing a little bit of commentary. Next up, we have Almaz, who joins the party after you clear Strongest Entrance for the first time. Almaz is a bit tankier than most of the other characters. His stats favor defense. Physical defense more than magic defense, but that's just fine. His abilities are here as follows. Hero's Oath decreases damage from higher level enemies, and Hero Style Combat will let him automatically defend against a frontal attack. Again, pretty tanky, and this lets him maintain an offensive style while still providing the benefits of being a tank. Oh, sorry, we're talking about Hero Style Combat, not Hero Style Defense. Hero Style Combat increases the damage of non-elemental attacks by 20%, which, as you can see, it includes most of his sword skills. Almaz learns 3 each in the PS3 version of the sword, spear, bow, and gun skills. 6 each in Absence of Detention, as I've said before. His special skills are as follows. Spinning Sword Dance hits a single enemy up to 4 tiles away. 3 tiles away, rather. It's pretty simple. You're going to end up seeing a lot of use out of it in the early game, probably. Just because it's something you don't need to be exactly in line with for Almas to be able to use. Next up, we have Running Crosses, which is a long-range skill. It hits 4 tiles away. It has a power level of B. Pretty nice.
Fight. Yeah. Finisher.
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet animation. Moving on, we have Help Me Goddess, which is a very bizarre area of effect attack. I don't really know what the deal with it is. It hits in that area. It's like a trident sort of area, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Power to me.
But yeah, besides potential Slayer's Descent, this is the strongest attack you'll be likely to be using on Almaz. Or the highest area of range attack. You know what? Forget I said anything. All of this explosion is getting me very distracted. We end up going into the wrong stage by accident. Way to go, me. Way to go. Almaz's other ability is Hero Style Combat, which I talked about, or Hero Style Defense, which I talked about when I was looking at Hero Style Combat. Automatically defend when receiving an attack from the front. Like I said, pretty handy. It lets Almaz maintain a mix of offensive and defensive styles. Note that Almaz's pose changed when Mao attacked him. Moving on, we have Sapphire, who joins the party, I believe, at the start of 4-3. Her main draw, at least in the post-game, is Princess Glitter, which actually, let's talk about her fortes first. She's got 3 of them: bow, axe, and gun. She also learns healing spells, I believe up to Omega or Giga. I don't know. She also learns Espar. Well, yeah, she learns 3 each of the bow, axe, and gun skills. Her primary ability, Princess Glitter, powers up male units when she's adjacent to them. Very handy if you need that little extra push to be able to kill the guys in Tower of Ordeals 4. Here we got a kitty running into the room. Gah. Stripes, don't go making a mess. What was I doing again? Princess Hope, increased critical rate of adjacent ally units by 20%. Which, given it's a skill that revolves around critical hits, I can't really demo that, so we will be moving on. Let's show off her special skills. First off, Virgin Innocence. You will notice that it is attack-based. So give her a attack using weapon if you want to get any use out of this. It's kind of the Ice Elemental version of Mal's Shine Beam. Pretty good, all things considered. Next up, we have Champloo Moon Dance, which is a melee range attack with bee power. In which she gets to ride a dog. Yeah, pretty neat. Moving on. Her final skill, Legend White, is a healing skill. It has a pretty similar range to Mal's Vasa Airgun, but it's a healing skill. It uses her res. So yeah. Pretty nice if you need some multi-target healing and haven't bothered to power up her healing spells. Unicorn! Oh boy! It's a thing. Next up, we have Beryl, who, being a monster-type unit, can equip all 3 of her abilities at once. Yeah, we are going to just finish these guys off while Beryl does her thing. But yeah, she's a monster-type unit. You get her at the very end of Chapter 4. And she is an excellent magic user, in spite of her status as a monster and lack of a staff forte. She learns Fire up to the Terra level, or up to the Giga level in the original game. Trying to figure out a good orientation for my microphone here. Alright, so, as you can see, assuming past me will cooperate. Oh yeah, Sapphire's other ability, Princess Orders, increase magic range of adjacent ally units by 1. Which I will attempt to demo it here, even though it is pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, no I'm not. Crisis averted. Love thy heart. Increase damage to higher level enemies. Pretty nice. Law by range. Past me? Thank you. Law by range increases her magic range by 2, but uses 50% more SP. Pretty nice. Comparisons can be drawn to the skull there. And, her final ability... Oh yeah, her final ability is Hello Throw. The more you throw her around, the stronger she gets.
Leave it to me.
It's pretty great if you need to get the drop on an enemy. Just throw her and then have her run back home. It lends itself very well to cheap tactics.
First hit wins.
As for Beryl's unique skills, she has 5 of them, 3 normal and 2 magic change. D Rule 1 morality is pretty basic. It's got a fixed range. And what's interesting to note is that those spheres that say like good deeds study, they say a different thing every time she uses that attack. So yeah, pretty neat. Her next ability, D Rule 2, Volunteer. It's got a plus-shaped area of effect up to 3 tiles away. And this is what it looks like. On a side note, the flavor text for all of her unique skills really tells us that she's kind of just being a delinquent for attention, I think. In any case, yeah, D Rule 3, eco-friendly. That's a thing, alright. Beryl, you are pretty scary sometimes.
Whoa.
Now for the next set of things, I'm going to appoint the Magentology group, and because in order to use Magic Change, you have to have 2 dudes equipped to the same club, and this powers up Magic Change. Not as much as the Shura support group, but it works for our purposes. Of course, I end up failing, and we have to persuade by force here. So, yeah, salad bar. Stripes fell asleep on my bed. She is so adorable when she does that. She must be pretty cold. Of course, it is the middle of November. Pokemon Sun and Moon come out in a week. That's pretty great. Also, President Trump is now a thing. That's not so great. That's about the cue for a flame war in the comments section, assuming anybody ever watches my videos, which seems unlikely. Anyway, now we have Magentology. Let's put Beryl and Mao in the club together so we can do the thing with the thing with the thing. See if I can't. Yes, okay. It was just a matter of presentation. Okay, so Raspberyl magic changes into a sword. As such, she's a pretty good match with Mao. Her skills are as follows. Imperial Cross hits a single guy up to 4 tiles away. It's sea level, so on the same sort of power tier as Mach Slash Plus, or whatever it was called. Her other skill is Delta Extreme, which goes as follows. They're apparently both int-based, which is kind of weird for a sword, but I guess on Raspberyl it makes sense. That is like the poster boy for the TV trope full contact magic. Just saying. Alright, moving on. We have Raspberyl's allies, Kyoko and Asuka, who both join the party along with her. They're pretty similar to the Kunoichi and Shrine Maiden classes, which we'll be getting into when we discover the, or when we demo the humanoid characters, the generic characters, I mean. Kyoko learns 3 fist and sword skills. Asuka learns 3 each of sword, spear, and bow. You'll see that Kyoko also learns Slumber and Charm, just like any other Kunoichi. And her abilities are as follows. White Lily Dance raises her speed when her HP is at max. Unfortunately, this is unlikely to last long in the post-game because you level up with pretty much every enemy you kill. As such, your HP goes up and your speed bonus no longer applies. Sad. Sakura Illusion lets Kyoko evade long-range attacks. I'm assuming this means, yeah, see? This means normal attacks as well as special skills, so it's a little different from other Kunoichi, which I appreciate. It makes Kyoko a little bit different. What makes her very different are her unique skills. Lily Elegy is like a Blade Rush, but it moves Kyoko. It also looks really cool. Next up, we have Detective Double. Do you have any idea who Lillian is? No, I do not.
Excuse me.
But yeah, she plays Cat's Cradle with the enemies, and it does that. Pretty neat, I guess. Her other ability, Fallen Peony, increases the crit damage against higher level enemies. Pretty great, but we are not really going to get to demo that because we're fighting... well, first of all, look at Kyoko's level. I rest my case. But yeah, crit damage goes up, not crit rate, remember that. Sources of extra crit damage are pretty rare in Disgaea 3, so, yeah. Asuka learns 3 each of the sword, spear, and bow kills. Her primary ability is kind of like Kyoko's primary ability, except it raises her attack. Useful because she is not actually exclusively a fist user. Then again, neither is Kyoko, but, yeah, speed is pretty neat. As you can see, Daisy's Vow makes her immune to ally attacks. So, fire away, she won't mind. My throat. It is pain. Anyway, Asuka's first ability, or first special skill, Crane Dance, is almost identical to Lily Elegy.
Won't you pull the crane?
Just looks a little different, that's all. Her other skill, Fuma Crane, is a sort of a ranged version of a Detective Double, and it looks like this. Assuming I can get the honor quotient out of my way. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why her last name is Crane Kick. Next up, we have Mr. Champloo, who joins the party after you clear AV room in Chapter 5. Oh yeah, Camellia Chaos. If enemy level is higher, crit rate increases by 30%. It's a thing. Moving on. Mr. Champloo, the one, the only, Fire Chaos Style Kitchen Fist Master! Whatcha! I might have woken the cat up doing that. Sorry, Stripes. Anyway, Champloo. He joins the party after you clear 5-3 for the first time. And this is as follows. Lion Stance. Damage taken is added to the damage of the counterattack. This has the potential to be one of the most powerful counterattacks in the game. Raw damage output through the roof, assuming he survives the hit. And I am going to try to demo this with Mal, but how exactly do you demo that? Not like that. Anyway, Champloo learns 4 fist skills and 3 sword and spear. But given his aptitudes favor attack and speed, you probably want to stick with the fist. Anyway, Champloo's secondary abilities are Matching Breath, which increases the damage dealt by a combo skill. What do I mean by a combo skill? Well, let's have Almas sit here and use Spinning Sword Dance on the same turn that we have Mr. Champloo use Shredder Kick, which is his first unique skill. This is a combo attack, the damage from both goes up, and thanks to Champloo's ability, the damage from the combo skill goes up again. That is what the thing is. Champloo's other ability is Team Formation, which increases the damage dealt during a team attack. This is the thing where you stick a bunch of allies next to each other and have the leader attack an enemy. It raises the damage up from that, which I will try to demo here, but as you will see, I have a bit of difficulty getting people to play along. Go figure. Oh, or not, I just go right through his special skills. I'm forgetting the order in which I'm doing this. One of the many prices of post-commentary. But yeah, I wanted to be able to look up, I wanted to be able to look at this character guide while I was narrating instead of having to pause every few seconds to get my facts straight. Oh well, it's a thing. Finally, we have Chef's Special, which is kind of like Final Arts, but it doesn't move the enemy. Chef of the Rising Sun! I don't even know. Finally, we have Superhero Aurum, who is a dude. You get him by clearing Chapter 3 of Raspberyl's story. He's DLC, obviously, in the original game. And he just joins the party with very little fanfare. He's kind of a bizarre character, honestly. Of course, we're not going to get to him in time for stuff because Past Me is too busy showing off team attacks because lack of efficiency. That's all I really have to say about that. Stop and catch my breath. So yeah, whatever. A teleportation! Come on! Yes, that was quite a yawn. Anyway, Superhero Aurum joins the party after you clear the 3rd chapter of Raspberyl's story. He's a monster type unit. He's also a flying type, although I don't really get the chance to show that off here. And he learns these sets of spells fire up to the Terra level. I don't know if that he only learns up to Giga in the original game, but we are going to show off his Demon Slayer skill. Which is, you know, your usual sort of world-ending Uber strike here. Very fitting for a final boss, I guess. Anyway. Next up, I guess what we are doing is his magic change skills. Which I show off with Stella because I forgot to put him in the right club. Oh well.
Useless. Can you take all of my attacks? Bound to justice. Sign my contract. Can you take all of my attacks?
First up, we have Demon Slayer X.
I will my best. Can you take all of my attacks?
Oh yeah, his primary ability, Hero's Authority, increased stats by 3% per enemy unit on the map. We have seen this before. It is identical to Mal's Violent Courage, so yeah. Eat this for my 100 followers! Yeah. It's a reference to the manga sequence in the intro. Good times. As for his other magic change skill, we have Ragnarok Death.
Can you take all of my attacks?
Which lets a dude ride him into battle as a gigantic laser ship, sure. Disgaea, ladies and gentlemen, it's weird. Anyway, Magic Change Guild. Stats increased by a number of magic change weapons by times 30%. Pretty cool. I don't know if that only applies to allies or enemies, though. Finally, Weapon Break. Normal attacks will destroy enemy weapons 75% of the time. Not the best ability in the world, but it's handy, I guess. Anyway, yeah, that is all of the main characters, and next time on Disgaea 3, we are going to go over the post-game characters. See y'all then. Bye-bye.